Merry Christmas everyone, welcome to this edition of Crypto Corner. It is Boxing Day today and we're gonna look at the markets, of course, as usual. We're gonna also look at the headlines. We have news about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, a new decentralized exchange token. So there's quite a few to go through. Let's get started, let's waste no time. We're gonna start with the markets as usual, but first let me say a quick thank you to the sponsors of this video, a company you probably already know if you've watched my previous videos, Cobo Vault. This is a brand new community-driven lending platform that aims to decentralize the borrowing and lending industry with the use of blockchain technology. The Cobo Vault platform allows borrowers to get access to hassle-free capital approved, voted and supported by a community treasury in order to get any size loan without the oversight of a bank. They just completed their CBOT token pre-sale and they're being busy now rolling out many new features and services for their growing user base. The token is already supported by all ERC20 wallets and you can trade it on BX, Uniswap or Bancor amongst other exchanges. You can also stake the token. Staking is already live. You can earn up to 5% annual interest on your crypto paid out monthly, and they offer also coin swap features. If you create an account with Cobo Vault, you will access their wallet where you can store your CBOT tokens plus other cryptos and do instant swap for a growing list of tokens including Bitcoin and Ether. Cobalt Atomic Swap is powered by Total, which is a sophisticated splitting algorithm dividing large orders between pools to obtain the best possible execution price in a single order. For more details, just head over to cobaltlent.com. You will find the link in the description below. Now let's move on to the markets and see what is currently going on with crypto. And the big news today is that we actually hit a new all-time high for Bitcoin. As you can see right now, we are correcting a little bit, but just hours ago, just 5 hours, 6 hours ago, we hit a new all-time high at $25,027 according to Bitstamp. On other exchanges it was a slightly different figure, but we managed to cross the 25, which is a big resistance, even just psychological resistance point. So that is important. We are correcting a little bit right now. We are at 24,750 as I speak. It is nevertheless quite an achievement for Bitcoin because for the first time now we touched 25k. The next target will be 30k, then it will be 50k. I mean, of course, between 30 and 50 there will be other drops and everything, but I'm pretty convinced that we are heading and quite confident that it's happening very soon now, that over the next few months we will be going for 50k Bitcoin. 2021, definitely my prediction is 50k, but I will go through the different predictions of Bitcoin in my next video that is coming. There are some outlandish predictions for Bitcoin, so we're gonna go through the most bold predictions of popular people in crypto. So watch out for this video. Now let's go back to this one. So today we see that we have the total market cap is growing. The global market cap is 667 billion. We are up from my previous video, which was just a couple of days ago. We were sitting at 644 billion. So we've added another 20 billion to the global market cap. In fact, we have already been at that figure a couple of episodes ago, and then in my last episode we had dropped down to 644, so we have basically gained it back. The Bitcoin market cap is 460, and this is in fact the market cap of Visa. And this is big news because Visa is pretty much the biggest payment processor, and their market cap is evaluated at 460. Bitcoin actually surpassed that and it made the news. I'm gonna cover that in the news section. Briefly surpassed that when we touched 25k. Now we are sitting at pretty much the same figure as Visa. The Bitcoin dominance is also growing, up 1% since my previous video. We are at 69% right now, and the prices, Bitcoin is dropping a little bit since the start of my video. We were at 24,837 when I started. Now we're at 24,624. Ethereum 616, Ripple 29. just barely touching 30 cents, not even. It did a small pump yesterday, and it pumped by around 30%. It went to 35 cents. So that was a good sell opportunity. As you know, Ripple is not having good news at all. And for the foreseeable future, I don't expect anything too positive to be coming out from their court case. I'm going to talk about that in the news section. Litecoin 126. Now this is one of the bigger gainers because it has gained 4% in the last 24 hours, but it actually has gained even more since my previous video where we were at 111. Now with the other coins, we don't really see any big gainers. You know, everything is right now going through the same correction that Bitcoin is doing. Theta is actually doing very well. It's 12% up against the dollar, 11.59% against Bitcoin. So holders of Theta should be very, very happy. They have gained 134% in the last month alone. This is absolutely stunning for, you know, a token that, and it's now in the 16th place. According to market cap, Theta was not in the top 20 just a few weeks ago. So very good news for Theta. Syntaxis is another good gainer, 5% in the last day in Bitcoin value and 5.42%, 5.5% in fiat value. So these are the top gainers. Now let's have a quick look at the charts and see what is currently going on. We see that Bitcoin is correcting after we touched the resistance here, the new all-time high, which is now becoming a resistance. It is also a psychological resistance as well as on the charts. So we're going to see how is this going to play out. We will be able to challenge that by the end of the year and cross it and break out for a higher gains in January, or are we going to go through a deeper correction after touching a new all-time high twice in the last month? So December gave us 2 all-time highs, and it is quite a remarkable month for Bitcoin. It is actually the best December since 2017, of course, when we were pumping like crazy. So it's been 3 years in the making, and we are finally having the same performance pretty much as we had back in 2017. There's many differences, but if you look at the chart on a weekly basis, let's say, we're going to see that we are really close to what we had in 2017. Parabolic. This is what I'm talking about. This is 2017. And look at it, it's happening all over again. The same thing. The corrections are really small. We don't even have time to correct enough for people to reaccumulate. So right now, the best thing is to actually just sit and watch. Because when we have such a strong bull market, you know, such a strong up move, you know, one of the impulse moves, this is, I think it's a third wave. We have here a 1, a 2, and this is the third wave. The third wave is usually the strongest one, and then it will correct, it will make a fourth wave, and the fifth one, the last impulse wave, will be taking us higher than the third one. We have to still see where is this third wave going to take us before we can talk about how much we're going to correct, because we were expecting that after having a resistance around the 19 and 20,000 level, we will be correcting further, and many people were hoping to buy a Bitcoin at 16 or 17,000. I know even people who were hoping for 14 and 15,000 Bitcoin, and they were even predicting it and stuff. But no, it didn't happen, guys, and it's still not happening. This January is typically a quiet month for Bitcoin, but seeing this price action right now, I can't guarantee that we will be having a deep correction in January. Most likely, we will consolidate in January rather than do a big correction. So I'm expecting minor corrections and consolidation, and then another up move straight away without correcting to the 17 or 16 or 15,000 level. I would like if that happens, because I'm also having a lot of stable coins that I would like to purchase Bitcoin now at a cheaper price. Let's say if we go to 19 or 18,000, which are, you know, decent support at this point. But we'll see if we manage to go below 20. It could be that 20 will become the support right now. We see here a stronger support at 19,000, but 20 is a psychological level, so it's possible that as soon as it goes to 20, the buyers will be hungry for Bitcoin at this point, and they're not going to allow it to correct any further. So this is what I'm seeing for Bitcoin. Let's take a quick look at some other coins. For instance, with Ripple, what is currently going on? Well, I'm following Ripple mostly in Bitcoin value, because as I said in my previous videos, if I'm going to be holding my capital in crypto and I want to grow my capital, I need to grow it more efficiently. And if Ripple is doing worse against Bitcoin, or any of my outs basically, if they're performing bad against Bitcoin, that means my money is actually better to be in Bitcoin rather than in this out. And Ripple is one of those outs that they are known for making big pumps, but unfortunately for the last couple of years, Ripple has not been very successful in terms of market performance, price appreciation. They have a big community and they're supported by a lot of people, but it doesn't really help with the price because there is so much supply, and the owners of Ripple, the founders, keep dumping their coins on the market because they have millions of them. So Ripple yesterday managed to make a slight recovery. It was actually not bad, around 30%, and it was a good selling point. But as we see, we have a sell signal here, and it's still in the sell zone. Nothing is going on with Ripple now. There is a lot of bad publicity with the court case from the SEC, which I announced in my previous video. I talked about it. So if you are not up to scratch, Ripple is being sued by the SEC for being a security rather than a currency. And also the court case alleges that the founders of Ripple have been not reporting profits from securities and things like that. So it is not a good thing for Ripple at all. For the next year, this court case will be going on, and I expect that there will be a lot of FUD surrounding Ripple, which is what's happening right now. We see that the price is tanking. Some exchanges are actually delisting Ripple, and this is one of the main reasons why we are seeing even more dumps happening right now. So we are sitting at around 1200 satoshis. This is nothing. Ripple was at 2600 satoshi, so it was more than twice the price of what it is right now against Bitcoin, even though in fiat it's managed to hold on to around 30 cents now as a support. I'm not really seeing much hope in Ripple. It's not going to zero. Nothing really goes to zero. I know that in my previous video I was saying, is it RIP for XRP? It is not RIP. I mean, Ripple is not going to zero. Nothing really goes to zero. Even scam coins don't really go to zero. But it will have a long time now where it will be at bottom prices, and this is really not good for holders, for people who want to actually grow their capital. If if you're one of those people that have diversified a lot and you actually have different coins, and Ripple is just one of them, then it's okay, because this is what diversification is about. I know people who are actually all in Ripple, pretty much went all in that one altcoin, and not a good idea at all. Anyway, this is for the markets. Now let's look at the news. We have to cover the news, and I already started, so let's move on to that segment. And we're starting the news with another hack, another day, another hack in crypto. This time it is a UK company called Exmo. Exmo Exchange got hacked, and apparently a lot of their funds were stolen and leaked throughout Poloniex accounts, withdrawn to Poloniex accounts. They have lost a total 6% of its cryptocurrency, and that is an estimated $4 million being withdrawn through Poloniex. They have contacted Poloniex, but up to the report by CoinDesk, there was no response by Poloniex. So we're gonna see how this will unravel. They also have stopped withdrawals and everything now, but they've reported losses in 6 of the 57 cryptocurrencies that they support. And they're working with the authorities and police even to resolve this issue, because clearly with Poloniex, accounts are registered, and if they have their wallet address, they will be able to actually find who this belongs to. I think all Poloniex accounts are with KYC, even though, I mean, people can even fake KYC these days, so we'll see how this goes. But yeah, not great news. In other news, Binance is enabling, the biggest crypto exchange by volume, is enabling support now for Segwit, for addresses, for deposits as well as withdrawals. I think previously they only had withdrawals. Now they will also allow deposits via Segwit addresses. And why does that matter? Segwit is, if for those of you who are not familiar, segregated witness. This is an upgrade to Bitcoin. It was implemented in 2017, and I reported about it back in the day. So for those of you who are following me recently and you haven't seen my videos from a couple of years ago or 3 years ago, Segwit is it's quite technical, it is a bit complicated, but in effect what it does is makes it cheaper for you to transact with Bitcoin. It fits more transactions onto a block, therefore transactions become, the fees for the transactions become less expensive. There is less of a queue of transactions in the mempool to be approved and added to blocks, therefore they don't really charge you such high fees. So this is why Segwit was quite welcomed by most of the community, not all of the Bitcoin community, but the majority of Bitcoin community was pro Segwit, and this is why it was implemented in 2017. This is in fact when the Bitcoin Cash fork happened, because part of the community that wasn't happy with Segwit and they didn't agree with that upgrade, they supported the big blockers side, which was wanting to scale up Bitcoin through bigger block size rather than through Segwit, and that's how the Bitcoin Cash fork occurred. And this is why even to this day they keep claiming that Bitcoin Cash is the true Bitcoin, because it is supposed to be digital cash, and Bitcoin, as you see, it's more of a store of value rather than digital cash. It's just too valuable for people to spend it. That's the reality. That's really the reason why people are not spending Bitcoin. Anyway, so in other news, Decrypt is reporting that Chainlink 2020 has been the year of Chainlink, and I can agree to some extent. Indeed, Chainlink had an amazing performance. I talked about this at the beginning of the year, and for those of my followers who actually followed that and got some Chainlink, they're sitting very happy right now with quite some massive gains. But not only in price, Chainlink has actually been doing quite a lot. They established themselves as the main blockchain oracle that connects blockchain data to real world data. They have over 300 projects now that have integrated Chainlink into their protocols, and it secures around 70 price feeds. In 2020, it also consolidated new use cases in gaming and insurance. It doubled its team, and it launched a funding program, they say here in the article. Their CEO, Sergey Nazarov, is saying, "I think it's fair to say we're the most widely used Oracle mechanism. We have successfully been able to secure DeFi in the billions of dollars. The value on our network has stood up to extreme unforeseen events, and our networks have operated through those successfully." Very good news for Chainlink. Indeed, most of you guys who are also subscribed to my newsletter, you know that I talked about Chainlink being one of my top coins for 2020 back in the beginning of the year. I will do the same at the beginning of next year, or maybe even at the end of this one. I will list all of my top altcoins. So if you're not yet on my list, if you're not subscribed to my newsletter, I dropped the link in the description box, so you can go and check it out. You can subscribe, or you can even just go straight to my website, ojjordan.com, and you will see there a pop-up about my newsletter, so that you can go and subscribe. I'm sending this twice a month, so it's every couple of weeks basically. And I'm talking all things crypto. I'm not only making, price predictions and stuff, but I'm giving you updates and everything else that sometimes I don't do in the videos. So it is good to be subscribed as well and be up to date with everything that's happening in crypto. Now, one of the biggest news today is actually because a few hours ago we touched a new all-time high. We managed to surpass Visa's market cap. This is the Cointelegraph reporting here that as Bitcoin hit 25k, it surpassed Visa's market cap, which Visa is $460 billion market cap, and with Bitcoin reaching 25,000, it went to 462 billion market cap. It is now correcting a little bit, so we are at 460, but we are still at the same value as Visa's market cap. And here you can see the top companies by market cap. Of course, Apple is first, and then Microsoft and Amazon and Facebook is here, and Tesla of course is here. Visa is number 13, which means that by Bitcoin surpassing Visa's market cap, if Bitcoin was a company, it would have been number 13. But Bitcoin, however, as you know, is not a company. It is a decentralized network, peer-to-peer network. It is not owned by any one entity, contrary to Visa and each one of these other companies here listed, which are corporations and privately owned company operating for profit. So these are the big differences between Visa as a payment processor and Bitcoin as a payment processor, because Bitcoin is in fact a payment processor as well. In other news, Ripple, as you know, there is this court case. SEC is taking Ripple to court to prove that they are in fact a security rather than a currency, and this has been really bad for Ripple. This is why its performance on the market is really poor right now. And yesterday they did a bit of a pump, 37% at some point. All of that was wiped away today. There is an announcement by Bitstamp, one of the biggest US exchanges, that they will be delisting XRP in January. In just a few days, just over a week from now, they will stop all trading and withdrawals and everything from XRP until the SEC case has been resolved. They will only do that for US customers, by the way. So if you're not in the US and you're using Bitstamp, you shouldn't really worry too much about it. But typically, I don't really see much good stuff coming out for Ripple over the course of this coming year, because this court case would so definitely drag on and on and on, possibly throughout the whole year. And during this case, it is not very likely that we will be seeing much positive appreciation of the price of Ripple. In other news, Ethereum 2.0 is already changing the way DeFi is being built, and the new projects are actually being affected in a positive way. The article by Cointelegraph is claiming here the long-awaited update to the Ethereum blockchain transforms the network from a proof of work to a proof of stake consensus model, and it is intended to improve speed, security, lower transaction fees, and fix the scalability issues that have been holding Ethereum back throughout 2020. For Ethereum holders, 2020 was actually a very good year because of this rollout of Ethereum 2.0. The price went up quite substantially, and Ethereum is actually having a better performance than Bitcoin this year. With the Bitcoin's all-time high, still Ethereum performed more than 300%. Bitcoin is sitting at below 300%. I haven't actually checked today to see with the new all-time high what would that be, but I would say it's probably around 260 or 280%, somewhere there. Maybe we are touching 300. Ethereum, however, did 320 or 330%. I went through that in my previous video, so I'm not going to go and check this. We can revise that in the next video as well. Lastly, I'm going to end here with this news about another decentralized exchange that is pulling an airdrop similar to what Uniswap did with their Uni token. So they're airdropping coins to their users, and they did the snapshot. They launched the token yesterday on Christmas Day. So this is big news because as well that token went up quite a lot immediately, but also because Binance listed it, and as soon as Binance listed it, it actually performed a pump just as you need it, and now it's correcting just as you need it. But you know, they're tweeting a lot about it, and they're all very excited. So definitely this year has been the year of decentralized exchanges. We saw Uniswap, then we saw SushiSwap and Mooniswap, and now we have 1inch, and all of these exchanges are doing, and Bancor is doing really well. So decentralized exchanges finally took off. We've been talking about them for the last 3 years. I think since 2017 was the first time I started talking about DEX, you know, decentralized exchanges, even though there's been talk about them even before that. But finally this year they really started working efficiently and have enough liquidity and all of that, which is important for any exchange. So before I leave you, the last thing that I want to touch on, this is an email I received from one of my followers, and I want to read it to you because it is about security. So if you are if you're using KeepKey or even Ledger, be aware. In my previous video I talked about the Ledger hack. It was a hack on their system, so a lot of their users' accounts, but in terms of emails and phone numbers, were leaked. Not mnemonic phrases or anything else that is secure about your account, but you know, emails were bad because now a lot of the customers of Ledger are receiving emails kind of sending them to a fake website, phishing website, to change their password and other things, so that you know, the scammers can actually get hold of their usernames and login details. So if you receive an email from Ledger, do not open it. I said that in my previous video. Now here I want to read in relation to that. One of my followers is saying, asking me for advice basically. She says that she reset her Nano S today and obtained new password, PIN and phrase. Do I think that it will be safe now after the recent Nano hacking that was publicized and that I talked about in my previous video? Yes, it will be safe as long as you're using the official website of Ledger Nano and you're using the official software that they have released, and you're always going on the official software. Everything is bookmarked. You don't search it. You don't just go randomly and look for it on the internet, because they could be scammers also advertising a fake website, and it will take some time for Google before it realizes, the algorithms realize that it's a fake website. So don't Google these things, use links. This is also why I'm having links below my video for all of the main services, including Ledger is there, exchanges like Binance and KuCoin and other things. So everything that you need is actually in the description. That's why it's such a long description with many links. Also, if you bought my book, Learn Crypto, and this follower of mine, Jane, did that, so you already have all of these links in the resources section. So at the end of the book I have resources, and I have listed every website that is to do with crypto that is important, and whatever they're doing, whether it's a service, whether it's news, updates, wallets, exchanges, everything is there. Talking of my book, before I move into that, let me quickly plug in here. I actually have a sale right now of my book, and if you haven't purchased it yet, you have a chance to get it at 50% off. It is called Learn Crypto. It is a complete beginner's guide to cryptocurrencies. If you're new to crypto and you're going to be investing in crypto, you want to know more about it, you need to understand what is this financial instrument that you are dealing with, that you will be investing in. So I'm talking about the different types of cryptocurrencies, the different types of blockchains, tokens versus coins, you know, what are good coins, you know, which coins you should focus on and which ones you should probably ignore, and also how to diversify your portfolio, how to structure your portfolio, strategies for diversification of your portfolio, you know, the cycles of the market. I'm talking about how they go, the FUD and the FOMO cycle, and how not to get scared when prices are dropping so that you don't sell at a loss and capitulate when everyone else is selling, what to expect and what mistakes I've made and how you can avoid them. There's a lot of information in this book. It's called Learn Crypto. I launched it a couple of months ago. It's done really well so far. Thanks to everyone who purchased it. If you haven't got your copy yet, now is your time. You can get it at half price. Now let's quickly continue with this question here. So, unbeknown to me, Jane goes, until a week ago, my KeepKey was compromised, and she accessed her KeepKey using the Shapeshift website, which is the legitimate website for KeepKey. she exchanged some LTC for BTC, and somehow her entire KeepKey portfolio was cleared within a short time. So there is some sort of a glitch here. She hasn't found a solution to this, and she lost thousands of dollars. So this is bad, but I'm actually reporting this so that other people who are using KeepKey can be alert about this. Make sure that you double and triple check your addresses that you are sending your coins and everything, and also make sure that you're always using the legitimate website. Perhaps your account got phished, Jane. I'm not really sure exactly what happened. Even KeepKey are not able to help you, I see, so that's bad. But guys, if you are using KeepKey, this is just a warning that this could happen. I'm using KeepKey, so I need to go and check how is my KeepKey doing. Also, I'm using these hardware wallets for long-term storage. So ideally, you wouldn't want to be doing many transactions within your KeepKey or Ledger Nanoware or any of the other wallets. The more transactions you do, the more you open the room to errors to happen, or someone to maybe get into your system and hack you during something like that. So it's good to actually store these coins and only use them, move them to an exchange when you need to do some sorts of exchanges, and then move them back. But typically in a hardware wallet, you should be doing long-term storage. For short-term, for things that are weeks or months, you should be using a Trust wallet or something else on your mobile phone. You can do that, or even keep them at the exchange if it's for short-term. But long-term, definitely a hardware wallet. You can check out the hardware wallets that I have linked in the description. On some of them I even have discount coupons, like Opolo has a discount code, and Cobo Vault Pro has a discount code, and Ledger, I think also you can get a discount with my code. So yeah, anyway, this is everything for this video, guys. I don't want to take any more of your time. Thanks for staying until the end. If you liked it, give me the thumbs up, leave a comment below as well, and maybe even share it with someone else who will benefit from watching it. If you haven't done that yet, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I post a new video. I'm doing a lot of giveaways, and I'm starting a new giveaway very soon. I'm not going to tell you when. I want you to watch all of my videos to find out. But this is where I'm going to leave you. This is everything from me for this video. Thanks for staying until the end, and I'm going to see you in the next one.